Holy fuck.
What is going on, guys, and welcome to the Apostle of Freedom build. I'm telling you, this Warbond has totally changed my life. I was definitely working on another video. This Warbond came out and I had so much fun with it that I knew I needed to get a video out that had a build with all the stuff in the Warbond. So let's not waste any time and just get straight into this. The first thing that we're going to do is our primary weapon is the double-edged sickle. This thing is a freaking beast. I'm going to go into it more later, but just trust me on this. This gun is awesome. Hear me out. Just wait. We'll get to it. Our second weapon that we're going to be used for our secondary is the ultimatum. This thing is a freaking beast. I love this thing. But if you're going on the illuminate, take the hatchet. It'll be much easier to keep the sickle from overheating. You don't really need the ultimatum as much. And the hatchet can take down all the chaff, so you can just save the sickle for taking down any of the, what do they call it, overseers. That's the word. So yeah, just take the hatchet. If you don't want to bring the hatchet, if you're not a real melee weapon guy, then yeah, take the ultimatum. It's still fun to blow up warp ships with it, like, let's be real. Now, let's go on to our grenade. So our grenade, I'm a little iffy on. So I'm going to say use the thermite, because the thermite is super useful when you're like out of ultimatum grenades, or if you don't have your support weapon around. Having a thermite can be very useful, but I've also been enjoying the impact grenades a bit. I would definitely say if you're going against the illuminate, bring the impacts, but if bots, probably thermite's the way to go, because thermite grenades, I mean, they're just goated. They're just so good. I can't even. Impact grenade or thermite, that's the way to go, easily. Now, for our armor, we're going to be using the Democracy Protects, okay? Now, if you really want to get into the Apostle of Freedom vibe, take the Integrated Explosives armor that they give you in the Warbond. I think that armor looks great. I think it looks fantastic. I also think it's a decent armor passive. I definitely think it works better on the Illuminate, not so much on the bots. Definitely if you're going against the bots, bring Democracy Protects. If not, bring the Integrated Explosives. Or if you really just want to, like I said, if you really want to be Apostle of Freedom, take Integrated Explosives. It suits the vibe, it suits the job, it suits the build perfectly. But Democracy Protects, I'm going to get into why it's very important to bring that, but it's completely up to you. Now, let's get into our stratagems. So the first thing we're going to bring is the 500 kg. I know, in the last video I said bring the 500 kg again. It's the best stratagem, okay? If you want to hear me go more into it, go up to the top right, click the card. It'll take you to my last video. Like I said in there also, if you don't want to use the 500k and you want to use the airstrike, that's fine too. Airstrike is also good. I just think the 500 kg is that much better. And I think it also suits this build a lot better than the airstrike. Okay, but completely up to you. I would recommend either of those two. Now, the second stratagem we're going to be bringing is the orbital laser. Now, with this build, we're using a lot of laser weapons. Normally I say go with the 380 orbital barrage, but the orbital laser just suits this build so good. It just fits so well. You're shooting lasers out of your sickles. We're going to get into the support weapons we're going to be using in a little bit. Oh, the laser just wrecks shit. I love it. I love it. But still, I can't get over the fact that you only get 3 uses. And that's why the 380 always wins for me, is that it has more than 3 uses. But the orbital laser just fits the build better in my eyes. You could really go either way on that. Whichever you think is better for you, I would pick. I've also heard the walking barrage is really good. I never really cared for it, but I know a lot of people like it. So you could also use that too. Whatever your heart desires. Now, for the third stratagem we're going to be bringing is the Quasar Cannon. And now, if anyone has been here with me since I first started making Helldiver videos, first video I made was an HMG build when the HMG was awful. And that was because I was tired of all the Quasar casuals. And now here I am putting a Quasar Cannon in a build video. It just, like, the whole reason it's here is because it works really well with this build. Now, if you don't want to be a Quasar casual, bring the laser cannon. It fits just as well, and I would actually say it works better than the Quasar Cannon on the Illuminate. So if you're going Illuminate, definitely bring the laser cannon. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. If you're going against the bots, I would say bring the Quasar Cannon. But if you don't want to be a casual, bring the laser cannon. Laser cannon works just as good. You'll get her done. Don't you worry. And now for the stratagem that's going to put everything together. That's going to put this whole weird jigsaw puzzle together. And it's the portable Hellbomb. This stratagem was the thing I was most excited for in this Warbond. And it's here. And it is so good. And we're going to get into all the best ways to use it in a minute. Okay, but just know bring this with, it's going to make sense. Alright, so that completes our loadout. The jigsaw puzzle is there. You saw the clips at the beginning. You saw them. 111 kills off one bomb. And one crazy mother charging in there. That, honest to God, I did not know I was going to get that many. I don't even know, a number wasn't even going through my head. It was just like, this will take out a lot of them. And it did. It wiped that whole beach of bots. It was awesome, dude. And me and my buddies even have an idea of taking the FRV, loading my ass in the back seat, and driving me into like a fortress. And as we're driving in, I arm the thing, and then we just blow up, and we all laugh about it. It's good. It's the portable Hellbomb is just so good, and it suits the whole Apostle of Freedom vibe. Like, you know, we are religious freaks. Like, we religiously look at freedom and Super Earth as our gods. We will sacrifice our lives for Super Earth. That's all we've been doing, and with this stratagem, it just makes it that much better. It's honestly led to the most amount of fun and the most amount of laughs I've had in the past couple months playing this game. I've always loved it, but this stratagem alone has made me play in a completely different way where I'm a lot more aggressive. And speaking of, this is why you want to bring Democracy Protects. So if you don't know, if that Hellbomb is on your back and it blows up and you're wearing Democracy Protects, you have a 50% chance of living, which doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's the funniest freaking thing I've ever seen. Like, just look at this clip here.
Huh?
See, I didn't even know I was alive. That's how crazy that shit was. I like sat back in my chair, I pulled out my phone, and I look up, I'm like, oh shit, I'm still alive. And I like stood up and ran away. Couldn't believe it. That was the moment I found out Democracy Protects works with this build so good. And I even found out that if you lay down when that bomb goes off, it increases your odds because you don't go flinging around the map everywhere and die on impact on like a rock. Like, you don't snap your spine on a building or something. You just kind of slide across the floor. Also, let's not forget, the ultimatum is freaking awesome. Have you guys seen this thing? Have you used this thing? It can one-shot damn near any objective. I think the only two objectives I've seen on the bot side that it can't take down is the gunships, and like the gunship facility, and those rail cannon things that shoot at the sky. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Those weird rail cannon. Yeah, it can't take those down either. You need an actual Hellbomb or the one on your back, whichever works. But besides that, it can take down tanks. It can take down the cannon turrets, which you don't even need to hit the top part of the cannon turrets. You can actually hit the little tower that it's standing on, and that'll take it out. And it can even take down factory striders in one shot. There's not a single stratagem or support weapon or primary or secondary besides the ultimatum that can take this thing down. Now maybe, well, no, not maybe. I know the portable Hellbomb can. I've done that too. But the ultimatum, if you don't have a Hellbomb, if you get underneath it and shoot it in its belly, that one-shots it. That'll one-shot it. And then with Democracy Protects, you got 50% chance of living out of that too. You don't even need to go down with the ship. You might live. That's how good this shit is. And then if you're too afraid to run underneath it, I'm pretty sure it takes 2 shots anywhere with the ultimatum and that'll kill it. But you only get 2 shots, so we want to save as much ammo as possible. So run under it and shoot it in the belly. Also, this sickle. Can I vent about something real quick? Why is everyone getting so angry everywhere over this thing? I've had people in-game be like, why are you using this thing? Like, wouldn't you just want to use the normal sickle? You know, so you don't have to take damage? Like, why wouldn't you use that? Dude, this thing, to be fair, the stats are lying. It says light armor penetration. I would bet my right big toe that it has medium armor penetration. Even though it doesn't say it, I've used it. I guarantee you it has medium armor penetration. And from how I understand it, the longer you hold that trigger, the more damage it does. So that 55 damage it says it does is basically false. I mean, I am shredding through Devastators. I am wiping out Overseers. I was even able to take down those walkers, what are they called? The harvesters on the Illuminate side. I was able to take them down with this thing because it's just a laser pointer. There's no recoil. You just hit it in the joint. It catches on fire, and it eventually dies. This sickle is really good. You just can't overheat it because then you catch on fire. That's That's really a big thing. But you gotta do the same thing with the normal sickle, because you don't want to run out of ammo, so you don't ever let it overheat, so you never run out of ammo. And really, if the fire, like, taking damage thing does bother you that much, I should have said this earlier, but if it does bother you that much, if you put on fire resistant armor, it will not hurt you until you fully cook the thing, because then you'll catch on fire, but you'll take like very little damage because you got the fire resistance. But if it really bothers you that much, put on fire resistance armor and you won't take any damage at all unless you overheat it, like unless you're poorly managing your heat. I don't see why not to bring this thing. It's unlimited medium penetration ammo. You know, and speaking of like unlimited ammo, like we got an unlimited medium pen primary weapon, and then we have a support weapon in the Quasar or the laser cannon that will basically never run out of ammo either. All the ammo you gotta worry about with this build is your stims, your grenades, and your ultimatum grenades. That's not a lot. That's not that bad. You're basically got unlimited ammo consistently all the time. This build is like, that's one of the best things about this. You will never run out of ammo. I have not had one moment where it's like I didn't have a weapon to shoot with. And then if you somehow, some way, if you're fighting the Illuminate, you decide to take the hatchet like I told you. If you somehow, some way run out of ammo in both those, you got the hatchet. You're not done. And if you, for whatever reason, don't have the hatchet, you got a bomb on your back. Take him down with you, man. You're the apostle of freedom. Take him down with you. But that's about all I've really got for you guys. I think this build is great, and if you put this all together, you will be the official apostle of freedom. And I think that's one of the coolest names I've ever come up with for a build. Let me know what you guys think. Give me a rating down in the comments of what you think of that title, or of that name for a build. I think it's the best one I've ever had. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think. And if you do try it out and you do like it, please go down there and let me know in the comments. And even leave a like on the video. Leaving a like, that means the world to me. That's awesome. I like to see that thumb number go up. And what makes my day even more better is if you go down there and click that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds out of your day and makes my whole day that much better. I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, go out there and spread some democracy. This is Mr. Clutch Cookie, signing out. Bye, guys.